Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the Art Review series. And today we'll be checking out the work of Kanji here on X or Twitter, or in niEVArt. They also have a YouTube channel, so we're gonna check that out in a bit. But I have mentioned this artist multiple times in the channel, and I've mentioned them whenever I talk about artists who have who do anime art, like anime fan art, but also they have a very painterly style. And I think for Kanji, they have the most, or one of the most fluid types of paintings. Like they almost feel like smoke sometimes, or like clouds or fog. Like it seems like they're appearing in the page, sort of just like that. Hard to explain, but and what's cool is they don't finish the whole thing. They're sort of capturing what, like, the area that's the most that's most interesting to them. Wait, I do recommend you zoom in because you can really see the brush strokes. So there's quite a bit of texture in their work if you zoom in from their brushes. It looks sort of mixed media, or it has a decent amount of brush variety. Right now I'm seeing it's almost like a rake brush, but it has so many bristles that it doesn't feel too much of a flat brush. But and that combined with a bunch of more squarish brushes with like a chalk-esque texture. And what's cool is sometimes you will still see these lines here, and maybe this is part of the initial sketch, so sometimes it still shows through in the end. And yet they have a style as well for the face, because that's always sort of a good thing to see when artists have a unique way of drawing faces. I mean, yeah, so some people argue that, oh, you have same face syndrome, but to me, it's not really a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you want to expand your faces, but you can't because you're stuck in this sort of thing, sure. But if you have a distinct way of drawing faces, it kind of shows me that you have just a way of drawing that makes sense to you. Let me check this out. I think this is from Bleach. I don't know. The violet hair reminds me of... I haven't watched Bleach, but I do know there's like a purple haired chick. Who knows? I'm not sure why it's taking so long to load. Usually it's so easy to load these types of things. So, like inside, I may sound calm, but inside I'm like raging as to why it's not... Ugh. Okay, this is from Dungeon Meshi something. Oh my... I'll just do this. Manually click it. Yeah, a lot of their images are super big, so they're very gracious with their posts on X. Oh my god, it posted... See, whenever I open an image, it kind of lags. Like there's a delay on when it opens. It's so enraging. But let's push on. Let's go back to this chick, because yeah, anyway. And look at how most of the focus is on her face, on the upper torso of her body, and then once it goes beyond that, you see like these... they're more likely to use this sort of rake slash bristle brush to sort of contain whatever is in the middle here. And then everything else is like just white. So they have an interesting way of working on the compositions of their paintings. I think they're very focused on just the character, and then they find a way to make it fit the overall canvas sort of ratio or size. And what helps them do that is playing with the... Like at some point the edges have to be dealt with, so they'll find a way to not work on things and sort of help it fade out. Alright. Pretty cool. And the brush they're using is set in a directional mode for this kind of brush. It's not like on pen tilt or something. It's a lot more direct, I guess. Or... I'm not really a fan of it, but it can work. So interesting, in some parts here, you will see this, it's like line work, but it's a painted line. And usually it's done after the, like it's not done beforehand as part of the initial sketch. It's just a way to sort of define an edge a bit more. And overall, they if you look at their brush strokes, it has a very chalk like look to it. It looks a bit like an oil painting and a chalk or pastel painting. I like how this how opaque this highlight is for the hair. Very confident. I do like it. And again, some pseudo lines. Or pseudo line work. I mean, they are literally lines, so but they're not the typical kind of line work. They're just there to, you know, add a bit of definition to some edges. Wow, right? And I just see, I don't know, it feels so freeing, and they have a way of drawing faces too. Like it feels they've found a good balance of the anime sort of aesthetic, but they can render it in 3D. So there's a bit of semi-realism in their work as well, especially in the face. Because usually like anime fan art, or anime art in general, oftentimes the face will seem a lot flat and then everything else will be like super 3D. But I think niEVArt or Kanji is consistent all throughout. Like it all has volume, you know, the body, the face, the hair, the clothing. So if something becomes more 2D or flat, it's the, let's go back here, like it's the outsides. Let's go here, it's the outsides. The more you see the brush strokes, the less volume there is. Like it becomes more abstract, but as you go further into the main thing, you see more of that range of values. The blending is a lot more intense. I mean, look at how big these eyes are, but they feel like it's on top of like a sphere. Like it feels round. It's not like a flat eye. Super cool. Oh shit. And yeah, the brush strokes, it's so like painterly, impressionistic. Totally my thing. And if you zoom in, there is a little bit of a variety. I see some blues here a bit. Like you will see some hues added here and there. I mean, it's not intense, the hue variety, but it'll add like at least one set of hues or a hue family to complement the base, some kind of base color, right? It's so hot. I mean, yeah, you can still see some of these black lines, right? I'm guessing from the initial sketch, but when you see it sort of combined with this painting, it looks cool. Like I've seen traditional painters do this too. Like not everything has to be painted. You can sort of have a mixed media kind of effect, and it has a nice vibe to it. I talked about this in a previous episode. Wait, let me just drink some Maruchan. I still have some soup. Yeah, because some people, well, not, it's not the majority, it's like super rare, but there are people who just hate, they hate this kind of look, like it doesn't look finished and you're supposed to render everything out. And I'm like, if it's cool, like, don't you see the coolness of these types of artworks? I mean, like when you look at sketches, they're not finished, but why do they look so cool, you know? And the way some people call it, like, oh, you're using it as you're using this style of impressionism as like a crutch for more finished work. Like, I mean, like you're supposed to only draw or paint in one way. I mean, it's just disgusting, right? Because if you've seen the art reviews I've done, there's so many kinds of styles out there. So to kind of work in just one way and not appreciate, you don't have to like it, but to hate on it is like, it's giving dumb or low IQ. Anyway, so for this piece, look at how we've seen this with other artists, how they will render the area in shadow and leave the area that's being hit by light. They'll leave it as the canvas color, or in this case, it's just white. So it does lead to like a highly exposed kind of look. which is fine. But it's a great way to save time. You don't have to render everything. You can just render the shadows. Although if you focus more on the face, let me just scroll up here. It's a lot more rendered. Why is it so jagged, like the line? Like it's something laggy. Oh, I think it's because I have YouTube open. It does. I'm not sure why, but YouTube, that site takes up so much memory or CPU space. Like the way Kanji paints reminds me a little bit of how. Let me just write their name down. Reminds me of how Wan Young Yun paints. They also have a YouTube channel, so I do recommend you watch their videos. Wan Young Yun. Oh fuck me. Yeah, I'm just writing their name down in this screen over there. Yeah. Because sometimes you have ideas, but they're just in the moment, you know? So you want to be able to capture that quickly. And like if you want to work on something a lot more, then you can obviously do that. But let me just see some paintings where the background is kind of painted. Because for most of their work, I do see the white canvas a lot more. Like it's part of the composition. This one reminds me of Hunter x Hunter something. Yeah, they thought it was Gojo. Yeah, it kind of makes sense because of the white hair, blue eyes. But I think it's from the Hunter x Hunter anime. The Fast. I haven't watched the show, but I've seen like clips. You tell me. But in this case, the background is filled in. Like it's mostly dark actually. Oh my god, it's taking so long to load. I'm going insane. Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, we'll just do it manually. Open image in new tab. Yeah. So they have a way of... Is this the guy from... Wait, let me zoom in. What? JJBA? What the hell is that? Oh my... Okay, I'm sorry. See? Look at how late it... Oh wow. Look at those, or these brush strokes. Again, I do recommend you check out their X because they have super high resolution photos or images in their media tab. You know what reminds me a little bit of Pluvium? Let me just try the name. The Pluvium grandis as well. Pluvium grandis. Yeah. Look at that. So there's some person in the back, kind of scary. And I like how this part of the hair is kind of glowing, and there's some kind of light source just behind them a little bit. And even here, sort of hitting this part of their cheek and the top part of their ear. Oh, they did draw the hand, the fingers here, kind of obvious, but it's hard to see. Zoomed out, excuse me. But yeah. As you zoom in, you see how they're just super direct with it. And I like it. It's very confident. It's kind of my thing. You know, like you can see a lot of like pinks here, some like it's almost like green grays. So there's a lot of hue variety here. Well, not a lot, but there's enough. And the way they draw the hair, I do see, you know, it kind of makes sense to use like a rake-ish brush to replicate the strands of hair. But they don't render it like in chunks in this case. But let me go back to the purple hair person. It has that vibe, but if you zoom in, the most obvious thing here is actually like the reflections or the highlights. Like these areas over here are a lot more obvious. The purple saturated parts, and then it gets sort of dark here, but the actual like strands, they're sort of loose, right? A bit of shadow here for you know, where the hair kind of pops out. And when they draw the eyes or paint the eyes, it's not complicated. It's kind of simplified. Yeah, pretty cool. Oh wow. Come on. I mean, look at those textures. They look really good. I'm guessing it's Bleach. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Bleach, like the uniform and the. I've seen this orange hair person, I think, before. Oh wow. But look at how intriguing this is. I mean, if you don't like this style, I mean, you know, people have opinions, but you're wrong. I'm kidding. I just have a preference for this kind of look. It's so fluid and it's almost like it's a memory of sorts. Like you're seeing like glimpses of someone's memory. Like that's how I feel when I see the paintings of Kanji. Oh, nice feet. I like the hair. Look at that. It's so loose. It's so like. You know what? It kind of reminds me a little bit of Dino Illus. Dino, DINO space AILLUS. Sorry, Dino Illus. Right? It's not the typical like you draw each part and then you render them. It's very fluid, gestural. And even the way they do the line work, it's done after, I think. Or maybe they have a line work, but they redefine it eventually. Because I've seen this I've seen this with a lot of artists who have this approach. They will sculpt their lines via painting. So they're not stuck with their original line work. They will decide later on, while they're painting, how thick or thin a line ought to be. So like you will see them sort of cut, add thickness to it. I think it's really cool to do. And look at how the contour lines are not always like black. They often go along with the color of the thing they're right next to. So in this case, it's a bit orange to kind of match the skin. It could also be because of the lighting, right? But I think it's mostly a skin thing. Right? Look at that. Oh, wow. Even the folds, they look so... Like, you can clearly tell she's wearing something loose. And the indication of the... Look at that. Oh, wow. There you go. The feet. Okay, let's go back up. Super cool. Oh, this one's kind of a... It's the background is all black. Is that a ring or a halo ring behind her head? I'm not sure. But then you could tell by how they render the face. Very semi-realistic. Or they're more on the realistic side in terms of the face. They like to flesh it out more. Dungeon meshy something. Right? Even if, I mean, for this piece, look at how you have a different face for, I think it's supposed to be, I'm not sure what you call this small, like a hobbit guy. You have this dwarf looking dude, the blonde elf chick, and then the other blonde but human being guy in the back. Their faces are very different, but the style, like how they're drawn, it's very Kanji. It's very niEVArt. So that's kind of what I mean with how certain artists have a way of drawing faces, like in their own way. And it's a cool thing. Like there's a lot of energy with the brushstrokes. Like when you look at their work, it feels like you want to paint as well, right? And that's kind of a good sign of, or what I believe a good artist is to you. It doesn't mean everyone else who isn't that is bad, but what I mean is for you, if you want to find if you want to take note of certain artists, take note of the artists who make you want to make art yourself, because even if their style may not fit you, but if they can inspire you to draw or paint or make art, then I think it's way more important, right? Because it actually helps produce more art. So I think that's a very good thing. Right? Oh, wow. Even their hands, I mean, look at how it's mostly like a silhouette, right? But you can feel like the bones, the knuckle there, right? How it's sort of angular in some parts, how it's kind of fatty at the bottom to represent like the fat, fingertips. Right? It just looks really cool. I'm not sure who this is. But you can look at how the background was done, right? They're trying to make this character pop out with a super black kind of thing, but it kind of runs diagonally, right? Helps make the face pop out, goes along with the arm. And then everywhere else here, it kind of fades out into white. But even the way these strokes were done, it looks so like abstract art. I'm not usually a fan of abstract art, but there are some pieces out there that feel kind of nice. Like when you look at it, it's visually appealing. So, like, can you make a bunch of abstract shapes look good? I think it's a good exercise to do, just because it kind of shows you that you can make something that doesn't really exist. You can make it look somewhat aesthetic. So, there are some areas in abstract art where I think it's more enjoyable to see, because there are other types of art, the whole toilet thing on a wall, like why? Or a banana, duct taped into a wall. Like, to me, those types it's not really my thing. But you do you, right? Take away the blue background, it would still work, but adding that blue sort of backdrop, it just adds a bit of something. And we've seen a lot of artists do this. Like, it's not always about the actual painting of the subject. Like, you can do things in the background with filters, things that are not as direct to the subject that you can do to make your artwork have a bit more of a push or a boost, or have more of a boost. Oh wow, I think this is the Hunter x Hunter cat girl. I mean, look at the anatomy of these legs. It's so like warped, but the way it's rendered is very realistic. Lots of values. It feels very like fleshy. And they're kind of thick too, so you can tell she's like a jumper, kind of fast. Wait, does she have like 4 fingers? Anyway, the point is, you can feel the knuckles of those hands, right? And again, the face, very 3D-esque. Marchan. Excuse me. Oh yeah, it's cold now. I think this is the One Piece guy. Who is this? Now this one seems a lot more dramatic. What in the freak is she eating? The intestines? Kind of dark, but I'm kind of vibing with it. I like it. It's so dark. Kind of reminds me of Makima a bit because of the eyes. It has like rings in it. Yeah, most of the piece is actually in grayscale. I mean, you do see some skin a little bit, but most of the color is in this like thing she's eating. Wait, I think this is like a Chainsaw Man character, because notice the triangle thing. I've seen this in a character, I believe it's from Chainsaw Man. It hasn't come out yet in the anime, but I think it's a part of the show. I mean, look at the way the face was rendered too. The hair, the face, it's... Even the eyelashes, they look so freaking cool. Let me just zoom in. Oh, wow. Look at that. And it still feels very anime, despite it being like 3D or more sculpted. Oh, and the way they draw the nose, a lot more realistic. It's not like a simplified... Because there are people who render it in 3D, like these types of proportions, but the nose is still like a small triangle. But for the case of Kanji, niEVArt, it's like realistic. Like what a typical nose would be. Although the eyes, they're just a lot wider or larger. But yeah. I think it's some kind of intestine, who knows? Yeah. So I know a lot of you have been looking forward to this artist because... And I think they celebrated their 80k subs, I believe, with this piece. Thanks for 80k. Deserved. Well, let me see this guy. I think this is the... What, Dandaran? Oh, it's Mob Psycho? Is it? Oh, I haven't seen the show. Yeah, a lot of people are not comfortable with having like a white background. They feel like they need to paint everything, but you don't have to. You can do something like this, where only a part of it is colored, and then half of it is like just white. Or kind of like this, right? Or most of it is actually in white or gray. Oh wow, 70k. Oh wow. What a nice celebratory image. Oh wow, it's a big image again. Even the cake is well painted. Oh, it's over. Even the flame, wow, it has energy itself, right? Like, I just see a lot of curves with this guy. A lot of like fluid freaking strokes. Not sure who oh, maybe it's Makima. I'm guessing just based on like the big braid in the back. I think she has that style of hair. Oh, that's a nice back shot. I know in some countries the back is kind of a lot more sensual. I mean, it is, but it kind of shows you that the cultures are different. Like showing her back this way is kind of like, ooh. But I think it's considered more normal from where I'm from. But I see it. Yeah. Oh wow, if you zoom in, guys, they have a very small... It's almost hard to see, but they have a different kind of rake brush over here. Hopefully you can see it. See that? Aside from this bristle brush that they often use for most of their strokes, they have this... Oh... I caught it. I mean, just like the way you can just follow through the painting. I like the folds of this part, pretty cool, in the elbow. I mean, even the it just. But what the hell is in her head? Is that a halo made of intestines? I don't even know what's happening, but. It's hot, so... Oh, it's Lucy from the Cyberpunk's anime. Edge Runners. Oh, look at the background. Very like squarish. Lots of squares. It kind of fits the world of Cyberpunk. I'm guessing One Piece. Because I recall like the eye patch and I think, oh, look at that hand. Wait, let me zoom in. Because whenever I see like an eye patch, a pirate, and the long hair, I think of One Piece. Anyway. Wait, is someone riding him in the back? Oh yeah. Someone is... Oh, fuck me. Can we zoom out? Yeah, someone is sort of... Or they're wrapped around him. I think. I think it's One Piece. Anyway. Look at this hand. Aside from the face, pretty cool. The hand is super like you can feel the anatomy in the underhand or palm side of the hand. So it's not so accurate, but it's close enough right? Like you can feel the form of this person. And I like how this hand in the middle is simplified to just shapes. I'm guessing, oh, this is the Jujutsu Kaisen guy. I'm forgetting his name, sadly, but... Okay, let me drink some coffee. I believe it's cold, but... Yeah, I'm gonna have to add a new batch. Cool. Right? And look at the background. Very smoky, very fluid. I remember when this guy had just like a few thousand subs on X, but I knew then that this guy was gonna blow up, so super happy for this Kanji dude or dudette artist. I think this one, the blue fairy tale something, or Fate Zero, one of those shows with the epic fight scenes. I think it's that. This guy looks cool. Not sure where he's from, but he has vampire teeth, so I feel like he's from a show. There's just a cool anime of, I forgot the name. I haven't seen the actual movie, but I've seen clips where there's a vampire guy, but he has a new apprentice. Like I believe he converted this person, this woman, recently into a vampire or something. I don't know. Like she was wearing blue or something and just blonde. Oh, maybe there's some context here. And then he kills like, is it this guy? Alucard? Wait, maybe it's him. Yeah, it's kind of is it this guy? Like, he's a crazy looking dude. And he kills a lot of people. Or something, I don't know. Looks epic though. Oh, it's from it's the David from Cyberpunks. Love the angular brushstrokes. Yeah, same. I agree. I mean, did they have to draw every single part of the coat? No, but you can sort of get it or imply it. And that's the cool thing about this kind of style. You're just sort of just in the moment, right? Yeah, I think in this part you can feel like he's on the brink of like he was going beyond his limits. For those of you who've seen the show. Oh, this one's kind of hot. No idea who this is though. Yeah. Oh, she's cute. Come on. Now here the nose isn't even rendered. 60k. Oh, so for every K, for every 10,000 subs or followers, they do like a piece. I think that's a cool tradition to do. Wait, who is this? Very elegant. Rukia? No idea. Yeah, there's just so much to say, but... Oh, it's Chainsaw Man. But they're like kids. It's Denji in power. I like how they indicated movement without using the blur tool. They just sort of painted like these parts over here by dragging the paint in a way. Very cute. Shout out to Power. I haven't seen the manga, but I've seen some pages. F life. This chick, I've seen her before. She has like braids too. Purple hair. She often wears like a green dress. And she has like sharp teeth. I'm not sure where she's from, but very hot. I think this is Chainsaw Man. This could be like the Reze girl. Damn, look at that curve. What the hell? It's giving my input woe. Should I recommend my input woe? I mean, well, no. But if you want, you can check out my input woe. If you want like curvaceous women, check out my input woe. Wow, that's super cool. And I like the motion of like you're adding these strokes here, the red sort of blood things or trails. It suggests like movement, right? So like when you do that, it kind of makes it look a little more comic-ish or manga-ish, which is not bad, but they're doing it in a painted version. I think it works. Hey, what the fuck is this? It's so freaky. Hunter x Hunter? No way, it's so demonic. Wood? Kidding. Am I? This one is from Arcane. I think it's supposed to be like a League of Legends something. I don't know. I'm not as informed. I believe right now it's the Jujutsu Kaisen. Is it Maki something? Maybe it is. Yeah, I like how she can't see like those spirits without some kind of spiritually enhanced like set of glasses, but she has like super strength, kind of like who's the guy, the buff guy, the one Gojo was able to destroy, but who technically killed Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen for a while anyway. The zaddy of all zaddies. Anyway. Oh wow, what's this? Very energetic. I'm not sure where this is from. They have wings. No idea what this is, but it's an epic shot. And it's just so painterly. Okay, let me check this. Okay, it's just smoking. L. Yeah, I just feel so free when I look at this work. Like, it makes me feel like painting as well. He, she, who knows? Oh yeah, check out their YouTube channel. I'm gonna link this too in the description below. They have lots of videos here, so that's cool to see. So you can actually see their process. But if you look at the thumbnails right now, you can tell that based on the UI, I think it's Manga Studio something. It's an old version of Clip Studio Paint, or it's kind of similar to Clip Studio Paint, but it's just not as updated or something. And I've seen a lot of like anime people use this. I'm guessing it's because of the simplicity. Like, it's not too complex. It kind of makes sense if you don't need much. But if you look at the artwork you're able to create with it, I think it's is that Asuka? Well, I know how I've been told that it's called Asuka. Like when you say or read Asuka in Japanese, it's pronounced Asuka. So basically you have like a silent U, but so we have Makima over here. Pretty cool. Lots of videos to study. I mean, yeah, they're in time lapse, but I think it's not bad. So yeah, there you go. So I will link this page and the Twitter page or X page as well. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.